Hi, I'm Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Holiday keto food ideas. Quick. I don't want them to be slow. I like quick things that we can do super fast and take some shortcuts. But I also want to have some delicious holiday favorites this year. What about you? And I want to share at least 12 of my party appetizers, ideas, and recipes with you through a show and tell, and I'll describe them out loud. But I know that a lot of us out there need those keto-friendly, delicious, though, affordable, quick ideas for those holiday events, parties, social gatherings. Does that sound like you? If you would kindly let me know if this is interesting to you. If you have a holiday coming up, a holiday event, you can even tell me what it is in the comments, but give me a thumbs up for sure. To let me know that you are indeed excited about learning and sharing some delicious holiday keto food ideas that you can make at home. And most important for me, every item that I shared today that you want to learn is going to scream, "This is delicious and fabulous. It is not diet food." Okay, now I hope you didn't laugh at me, but it's important to me that when I bring food to a party or make an appetizer for an event and have people over, I don't want people looking at it and thinking it screams, "I'm on a diet, this is diet food." I don't want that. I want it to look normal. I want it to look like everybody else's food. I don't want it to be special or, "Oh, that's Stephanie's food. I can't eat that." Or, "That's weird. It's got weird ingredients." For me, that's important, and I'm curious if it is important to you too. That's why I picked these 12 examples, because they are just normal food. I'm going to hold up my grocery cart here from behind me, but all of this is just normal food from normal grocery stores like Walmart, Costco, wherever you like to shop, and none of it is going to say like keto on the label. That was a qualification for me. None of this is some kind of keto, purchase. It's all just regular old food. Same stuff everybody else is buying. That is important to me, and I'm wondering if it's important to you. So let's get started, because I have 12 ideas, maybe more. Sometimes I lose count. I get so excited and I start throwing in more. But I've got 12 ideas for you today, and everyone's going to be giving me that thumbs up to know that they are on board and excited. And I want you guys to feel confident that all of these recipes and ideas that I'm sharing, I'll hold up my before and after picture. These are all foods that I eat in my house, that I make at my own holidays, that I share with my family and friends. And I've been doing this the whole journey of losing 140 pounds. It's not like I did them in the beginning and then stopped, or I did them last week and then that's it. I've done these every holiday, and they've become new staples, new things to look forward to, at my house at least. So, too legit to quit, right? Too legit to quit. No singing, Stephanie. So let's start with number 1 out of 12. Ready? And these are all fun ideas for your holiday gatherings. Here's one that I just love. I think it's so cute. And it is called a mini taco bar. This is a fun little appetizer. It's keto friendly. It's everyone friendly, really, especially kids and young people. They love making their own food, right? Rather than you just shoving something at them in the plate and grandma's like, eat that. This way everyone can make their own, put their own ingredients on it. Now, I like to buy these butter lettuces. Where's my butter lettuce? At Costco, because I feel like they're a good price. They come in a 3-pack, and they look so pretty, and they taste so good. Here's what they look like, and they're gorgeous, and they make the perfect like mini taco size for you to use for this little recipe idea I have for you. So basically, you want to wash these ahead of time and just lay them out flat. Here we go. Okay. You're going to just put those in a little bowl, lay them out flat. And then using like a small crock pot, you could have some sort of beans. I'm sorry, not beans, but I know why did I say that. In your little crock pot, you could have some sort of meat that you're offering. Like it could be ground beef, it could be ground turkey, it could be pulled pork, whatever type of taco meat you like. And then just make a whole bunch of little sides in little bowls. Chop up some red tomato. You might offer some fresh salsa. You might have full-fat sour cream, some shredded cheese. What are all the things that you like to have in your tacos? Chopped up green onion. I just encourage you to choose toppings that are all low in carb, low in sugar. Now, the one I said that I didn't want to say was beans. Now, I have a question for you guys. If you're making a mini taco bar at your house, at your party gathering, would you put beans out along with the other items? for those non-keto people? Would you? Would you add tortillas instead of that little butter lettuce? I'm curious. Can you tell me in the comments? Let's see what you guys think. Or would you just put out your dish, your mini taco bar? Because I want to pick someone from the comments. I want to hear what you have to say. And I'm going to choose someone for a prize. You ready? So share away. Tell me your opinion. Would you add beans? Would you add tortillas? Would you add rice? Would you add anything else to this taco bar? Ooh, and for you, the person I'm going to choose at random, you're going to win a Dirty Lazy Keto wall cling. So I'll pick someone at random and let me know if you want me to pick you. Say, pick me, pick me. Put it in the comments. It's like a dry, It's a dry erase. You can use dry erase marker and write quotes or how much water you've had or how many vegetables you've had that day. You can keep track of your net carbs, your grocery list. It's just a fun peel and stick that you can put on your fridge. And I'll pick someone at random from the comments to win. So I'm curious what you guys think about that taco bar idea, if that's a good one or not, and if you would supplement it with some higher carb type items, because that was number 1. Let's move on to number 2, because I got 12 items to share with you today. And my second suggestion for you is to do like a little crudité. Now, I know that sounds very, very fancy and over the top and unnecessarily so, right? But basically what I'm going to suggest that you do is cut up some vegetables. I'm going to show you a picture here on the screen. Cut up some vegetables. Here I'm showing you some celery, some raw broccoli, some red pepper perhaps, and then serve this on a beautiful platter of your choosing with some kind of a dip perhaps, or what I'm showing you here in the picture is a holiday cheese ball. Now, I think this is so cute and so adorable. My grandma used to serve this at holidays, and now it's a tradition of my house. And basically, the recipe is right here. It's called Hokey Holiday Cheese Ball. It's on page 101 of the Dirty Lazy Keto 5-ingredient cookbook. So if you have your copy, you can flip to that. But basically, the bottom line is you are taking cream cheese, you're shaping it in a ball with some cellophane to help you roll it, and then you're going to roll it with a crust on the outside and refrigerate it. And the crust could be all sorts of fun things like green onion, chopped sun-dried tomatoes, bacon. Do you see the theme I'm kind of doing there with the red and green? Depending on what holiday you're doing this for, you might, ham it up a little. Da-da-ching. Oh, such a bad joke, Stephanie. But I think it's fun. I think it's an easy way to make everyone happy. And would you, here's my question, would you also serve regular crackers with this for the non-keto people? Or would you not? I want to know. Put that in the comments. But that could be a fun idea for those of you looking for, kind of something different to the old chip and dip thing with ranch. I mean, we do that all the time, but we want to maybe spice it up a little and make it look a little bit more exciting since it's the holidays. Now, one thing I want to share with you that a lot of people may have overlooked is in all of the cookbooks, in all 4 of the cookbooks, there's 4 so far, the Dirty Lazy Keto cookbooks, there's little icons at the top of each recipe. I want to show you this up on the screen. See those little tiny icons? And they mean something. When the books first came out, people would email me, what do those mean? What do they mean? Stephanie, what do they mean? And there is a legend in the front of each cookbook to tell you. But what's appropriate to what we're discussing of now is this one right here. I'm holding up a blue dinner plate. Have you guys noticed the blue dinner plate throughout the Dirty Lazy Keto cookbooks? Because it's in all 4 cookbooks. And sometimes this is up at the top of the screen. And what this means is that it is perfect or recommended or suggested to you for holiday events. It's perfect for like serving others, quote unquote. It looks pretty. That's basically a bottom line. So look for this little icon, the blue plate, as that might help you find other recipes to make this holiday season. Fun, right? Give me a comment if you did not know that before, if you learned something new. Fun. I'm hoping to share something new and some new tips with you every time we visit once a week. And I want to keep you excited and motivated. Let's move on to idea number 3. So we've done the crudité with the fancy cheese ball. We've done the taco bar, which is one of my personal favorites. But let's move on to something sweet, because some of you are like, what's for dessert? I want something sweet. So I totally get that. And one of my go-to favorites, especially when I'm having, people, quote unquote, people over, And I want to make sure it's a crowd pleaser, normal food. I don't want to deal with like, sugar-free sweeteners or stuff that might not go over well or might cause people to have a response. I don't want that. So an old standby of mine is to go shopping for berries and pick out the most delicious, beautiful, biggest, fabulous strawberries that you can find. Fresh strawberries. Get some blueberries. Get some raspberries. Put them in little bowls. Put them on a little platter or mix them all together. Or people love berries, don't you think? It's not like it's a diet food. I love to put them, just to jazz it up a little bit more exciting than just a bowl, because bowls can be boring. I like to put my fruit on skewers. Isn't this cute? So here's a skewer I'm holding up with 3 berries. And what's really fun, I got this idea from, that fruit company that delivers. What are they called? You know what I'm talking about. The one that's the fruit, the big displays. Well, what they like to do, I can't think of the company name right now, is they like to have like a ball or a melon or something and then stab these inside so they're poking out all over the place. And doesn't that look fun and special? Just kind of a clever idea for you. I might serve my berries on a skewer, on a platter, or poked in a giant fruit. And then I might serve a bowl of Cool Whip off to the side. And I'm going to get the regular Cool Whip. None of the light stuff. Light probably has more carbs, ironically. Or I might just be completely quick and lazy and just throw a can of real whipped cream next to all my berries. People love it. And they're appreciative because even if someone's not on quote unquote keto, low carb, dirty, lazy keto, even if they're not, on our bandwagon, everybody likes berries. Everybody appreciates that you washed them and brought them to the event, right? And people appreciate having like a healthier option, especially when it comes to something sweet. In addition to whipped cream or Cool Whip, you also might consider, I'm probably going to say it wrong, but it's Italian and it's called mascarpone. And I've done that and mixed it with sugar-free sweetener or vanilla. But when I'm serving others, I just serve it plain and just have it softened and whipped. So tell me, would you include any other fruit? Would you include chocolate or chocolate chips? I'm curious what you would do to make that even better. Tip number 3 with the berries. Do you have any thoughts on how I could do that even more exciting? Share what you have in mind. Don't be shy. Tell everybody. I love hearing your ideas, so please, please, please tell everybody. I'm going to move on to number 4. I'm trying to go fast today. Going fast. And number 4, I want to talk about hot finger food. Hot finger food. Here is a fun idea for you. Hot finger food. I'll mention a few different items here, even though I only called it one. But really, there's quite a few here in the hot finger food category. Meatballs are really easy and fun to purchase at the store, already made. Just check the carb count, right, to make sure they're within a comfortable zone for you. And I like to heat them up and serve them to people in these little cupcake wrapper thingy-doos and just put a toothpick in to serve them. I think it's a nice, clean, easy way to serve food for a holiday party. Stuffed mushrooms is another one. I like to make them myself because a lot of times at the store, they're stuffing breadcrumbs in there and whatnot. And I do have recipes for that throughout the cookbooks. Lots of stuffed mushrooms. And then another really fun, easy one that's a super duper crowd pleaser. So funny, the first time I made this, my husband was kind of appalled. He's like, really? You're bringing this to my grandma's house? And I'm like, yes, everybody loves chicken wings. Now call me low class, I don't care. But chicken wings are delicious and they're so fun and easy to eat at parties, especially. And people love them. They go crazy, especially when you get them just perfectly crisp. Here's a picture of one of my favorite recipes. It's called Fly Off the Plate Rooster Wings. Fly Off the Plate Rooster Wings. And this is inside the Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook. It's on page 97, if I haven't said that already. And FYI, this cookbook here, this is the 3rd one in the series. It was named Best Keto Book by Everyday Health. And Everyday Health has like 2 million followers. So they named it one of their best keto books that they recommend. Thank you very much. Can I give a thank you for that one? I'll go like this. Thank you very much, Everyday Health. I appreciate the shout out. But I'm glad to know that their readers and that their fans really enjoy this cookbook. Because not only do I share delicious recipes like this, but I offer tips on how to cook keto and low carb faster and shop faster and prepare and clean up faster. It's all about being fast, fast, fast. I like to save time. I'm always in a hurry. So check that out. And remember, you guys, when you're looking at any of the 4 cookbooks, look for this blue plate icon, because then you are going to get a lot of fun recipe ideas that will look good to serve to others, not just you. Okay, so another example of hot finger food that has a blue plate icon is inside another cookbook. I know I'm showing a lot of cookbooks today, but this is inside the Dirty Lazy Keto 5-ingredient cookbook, and this is a fun salami skewer recipe. Now this one looks and tastes delicious. It's hot, because that's number 4 is all about hot ones. And again, kind of like the strawberries, you are using these fun little wooden skewers to put this idea together. And they're so tasty and so pretty, and they look gorgeous on a platter. So check that out. I highly encourage you to make this one. Salami skewers, page 163 of the Dirty Lazy Keto 5-ingredient cookbook. All right, moving on. We are now on number 5. Let me hold up my number 5 so I stay on track. Number 5. Now, I love anytime. It doesn't have to be a holiday for this one for me. Doesn't have to be a holiday. Any time of year, I am so excited to have deviled eggs. How many of you love deviled eggs like me? Anyone? Because I love them, and there's so much work, you guys. And when I make them for a party or some kind of special event, people go crazy. And I make them so often now, because people get so excited, that I have a travel container for my deviled eggs. Isn't this the cutest thing you've ever seen in your whole life? And it makes sure they don't slide around and get all yucky. And there's 2 layers. And I even use this in my own house in the fridge when I'm not traveling. And I just think it's so cute and so easy. So if you have a tip or a strategy to make deviled eggs, to make them even extra delicious, please share with everyone in the group. I would really appreciate it. I'll share 2 tips that I have, actually 3. Because, you know, I got a lot to say. One of my tips for making deviled eggs is to use the Instant Pot. I swear, it's like a miracle. They peel so easy. They're so delicious. And I also bought a silicone basket to help me when I am making my eggs. That way I don't break them when I'm setting them in the bottom of the Instant Pot. So you might find one of these on Amazon. That's where I got mine for just a few bucks. And it was totally worth it. Another tip you might have for deviled eggs, please share your tips in the comments. I want to know. But here's another really sneaky tip, is to buy your eggs completely pre-made, pre-cooked. They really sell them. I think at Costco, at the grocery store, they're already hard-boiled, already peeled. So easy. So then all you have to do is cut them in half and make them fancy. Now here is a question or a comment for you. Sometimes when you bring deviled eggs to a party or serve them, I just want to do a beware, because I don't know about you, but sometimes you get those mean girls. You get the mean comments. You get the stares when it comes to eggs. Does that happen to you guys? And I want you to be, bringing normal food that people are excited about, that are crowd pleasers. But with deviled eggs, I feel like I have to give you that warning. And the reason why is some people, when it comes to deviled eggs, they freak out and they say, oh my gerb, eggs, you're going to get high cholesterol, or mayonnaise, you're going to die of a heart attack or something. So I understand that that might be something that happens. I just want to prepare you for it. And if you're still kind of feeling uncomfortable about these topics where, people's criticism or their judginess isn't washing over you, you might check out a video I'll link up after this. And the next video is called, Is the Ketogenic Diet Bad for Your Health? Is the ketogenic diet bad for your health? That'll be the next video. Spoiler alert, the answer is no, but I'll explain why in detail. It'll make you feel more empowered if you get those stares or those comments about the eggs or that sort of thing. So let's move on. We're heading over to number 6. Okay. Are you finding some good stuff so far? I hope so. And I hope you're sharing. Don't just let me be the talker. I want to hear what you guys think too. Now, number 6, I want to recommend for your next party is that you do some sort of stuffed peppers. Now, I'm holding up a bag of jalapeno peppers here because jalapeno poppers are one of my family favorites, and they are a lot of work, people. Like cutting them in half, getting all the seeds out, deveining them, making sure that people aren't, going to bite into a super hot one that's going to set your face on fire. You got to clean them up properly. Sometimes you might want to steam them ahead of time. Then you have to fill them. You have to make the filling. You have to bake them. Some of you might put bacon on them. In the air fryer, oh my gosh, so special, so labor intensive. Such love goes into jalapeno stuffed peppers. If you want one of my favorite recipes, go to page 201. It's an easy, quick recipe in the air fryer. Page 201 inside Extra Easy Keto. So check that out. There's a secret ingredient which might surprise you. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But the recipe is called jalapeno poppers. I try to make all my recipes have a fun name. To make it fun to cook and eat keto, right? Now, if you don't like jalapeno peppers, you don't like hot food, anyone? Tell me in the comments. I won't. I'll still be your friend. Another idea for stuffed peppers for your holiday meal on keto is to buy those mini peppers, the mini bell peppers. They come in pretty colors, right? Like red and yellow. Get those mini ones at the grocery store, cut those in half, and then stuff them with, stuff them with cream cheese, full fat cream cheese. So yummy. And then sprinkle everything but the bagel seasoning or everything seasoning on top. I do have a recipe for the everything seasoning in the Dirt Cheap cookbook if you don't want to buy it, because I understand. I use so much of it that I learned just how to make the recipe myself. That way I have 500 jars at my disposal. But everybody loves those mini bell peppers stuffed with cream cheese, including kids, older people, everybody. Everybody. Do you? I shouldn't say everybody. Maybe you don't. Make sure you're telling me if you do. Let's move on to number 7, because I've got 12 to share with you today. Number 7, are we having fun? Yes, I'm having fun. I love telling you my secrets. Number 7, here's a fun idea for your next holiday event. Has anyone suggested in the comments doing a charcuterie platter? I'm holding up a cutting board here. Now, I'm probably saying it wrong. Charcuterie. Charcuterie? Charcuterie? It's one of those words that are just so hard to say. Charcuterie platter. Now, I did lots of research online about the best way and the only way to do the charcuterie platter. And what I found out is that everybody's got a different opinion on this. One thing I do know is that they can get quite expensive if your board is too big. So if you're trying to keep it real and keep it small for like a holiday event, use a smaller cutting board rather than a bigger one, because you got to fill the whole thing up, right? Now, there's all sorts of things you could put on your charcuterie board. What do you like to put on yours? I like to put things like kind of upscale dips and whatnot. Like here's a black olive spread with like one of those cute little knives. And I like to go to Trader Joe's or places like that to find little odds or ends, or TJ Maxx even sometimes. I like to do some meats, hard meats, like maybe an assortment of salami or pepperoni. Like Italian meats, maybe like the more expensive ones. Charcuterie is kind of fancy, right? You could also do unfancy things. You could do little dips like hummus or things like cut up celery or other vegetables. You could do herbs. I really like it when people add herbs to their charcuterie. Personally, I like to kind of just go through my drawers in the fridge. Isn't that hilarious? And I just see what I have, and then I kind of use up all these little leftover items. Like here's a package of Cracker Barrel cracker cuts, sharp white. And I only have like 6 slices left. So it's not enough for like a cheese platter, but it's perfect for a charcuterie platter where the goal is to have a variety and an assortment of meats and other low-carb type items. So keep that in mind. Charcuterie, it might sound fancy, but really it might just be a way to use up all your leftovers. Shh. Or those things that you had from a gift last year that are still in your cabinet that you can't wait to get rid of, rather than hunting down fancy stuff to add. So what are you guys putting on your charcuterie platters? I remember there was a rage for a while where people were making butter boards. Do you guys remember that? That was a little weird. I'm not a fan of the butter board, but I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had the right butter board. But meanwhile, I'm going to stick with some of my old standbys. Now, here's a great idea, I think, especially if you're pressed for time, and that is to utilize your local deli. And what I mean by this is just to do an old-fashioned deli meat and cheese platter. Now, here is what my boring meat and cheese look like. Here it is, just on a piece of paper, paper plate, piece of turkey, piece of cheese. But I think that if you jazz it up and you buy a bunch of deli meat and then roll it and put some cute little toothpicks. You don't even have to add cream cheese or other items. You could if you wanted, but just rolling up some of these meats and cutting up the cheese into maybe using a cookie cutter, cutting out shapes for the holiday. It can really jazz up an otherwise very boring or very traditional meat and cheese platter. I know I mentioned the deli. I like to order these from the deli and then go pick them up and then rearrange them and pretend like I did it all myself. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the deli, they'll come in like a big platter, the plastic lid on it, and it's just lined up. But you could take that and put it on your own servingware and kind of jazz it up a little. You could add little cutout, cookie cutter shapes of whatever holiday it is. Add it to your cheese. Add some, maybe some herbs, some rosemary. Add a little Christmas ornament if it's that holiday, or you know what I'm saying? Kind of be creative with it, and then people love it. And you think, oh, I don't know, people don't want meat and cheese. They do. People love the traditional favorites, especially deli meat, because that's kind of expensive. And people enjoy having some protein even before like the big quote unquote meal starts. It's a really nice appetizer platter that appeals to everyone. So that's my trick, is to order it pre-made from the grocery store and then jazz it up after. Shh. I'm all about cutting corners and making little, funny secrets like that. I'll tell you. It's lazy keto, right? So number 9, hopefully it's going the right way. Number 9 out of 12 that I'm sharing with you today for special treats for quick holiday keto food ideas is to bring, people love this one too, make it an assorted nut platter. An assorted nut platter. I'm trying to reach over here and grab my next bucket. I have so many show and tells today that I gotta move them all around. That way I can get to my next one. But people love this one too. It also makes a great hostess gift. Yeah. Especially if there's a whole bunch of nuts. Nuts can be pricey, right? What I like to do is just put little bowls from the dollar store on a platter and then put out all the extra nuts that I have, like random nuts. I might have some random things that I didn't even know I have, like little bits of macadamia nuts. So I'll put that like in a shot glass. I might have some peanuts. I could put that in a bigger bowl because I always have a lot of those. I might have some walnuts from baking an old project. I could put those in a small little bowl. Perhaps you have some flavored nuts like cocoa almonds, or these are a smokehouse almond. These are really fun. I'm holding up just some packages to give you the ideas that you may have little bits and pieces of nuts around your house, in your baking section, in your snacks, in your cars, in your desk at work. You know what I'm saying. You can gather up all of these items and put together a really simple appetizer platter that will make everyone really happy. Pistachios is another good one. But it's really fun. Now make sure to go to the dollar store and like get some of these cute little cups or something like that. These are shot glasses or perhaps mini cups where people aren't like getting their fingers all in everything. That way they can have a little scoop and walk away, and it also helps with portion control. Fun, right? Do you guys like nuts? Do you have a favorite one? Let me know in the comments, because I want to pick people for that prize. I'm watching. Okay, let's move on to number 10. Number 10. Hopefully that's the right way. There we go. Number 10. Number 10 out of 12, I want to share with you my antipasta platter. Antipasta. I was in Italy this summer, and I was just in love with all of the different antipastas, and I just love the word antipasta. It's so keto, isn't it? And, they would put wonderful things out, like appetizers, where you could get artichoke hearts or grilled artichokes. I'm holding up one here because I love artichokes. I always have them on hand. You might have some bits of grilled eggplant, some feta cheese, maybe an assortment of olives. Which type of olives do you guys like? Do you like the black ones? Do you prefer the green ones? Do you like the stuffed ones? Some grocery stores, more and more now, are offering olive bars, olives, where you can get a whole assortment and you can pick which ones you want and put them on a little platter. But if your grocery store doesn't have that, then just check out the snack aisle where I found canned or jarred olives, little pouches. And those make a perfect little antipasta tidbit there too. I also like to have cheese on my antipasta platter, all sorts of different cheeses. I might even slice up some avocado. But there's so many fun things that you can put on your antipasta platter. And I'm curious what you would put on yours. Would you put pepperoni, salami, different meats, or would you focus more on the vegetables? Tell me in the comments, because I want to pick someone for a prize. Just keep in mind that whatever you're making on this antipasta platter, it's going to appeal to everyone. These are specialty items that taste yummy. People love them. And a lot of people don't often know how to prepare them. So when they go to a party and they see your dish, like number 11, you have to pretend I'm holding up 2 ones. Here's number 11. Like my mom always comes for the holidays and she brings like a shrimp platter, like cold shrimp. Fresh cold shrimp, already cooked, like with a cocktail sauce in the middle. Now, I don't like the cocktail sauce that comes from the store because it does have a lot of sugar in it, but I do appreciate the shrimp, and I don't often have fresh shrimp, so that is a real treat. So think about that. That's another option for you to make. And then number 12. I told you I'd be fast today. Number 12. Here we go. Number 12. Hopefully you guys are sharing too, so we have much more than 12 today to look at. But number 12, think about getting a big bowl of your favorite dip. Now that can be from the grocery store. This one's from Costco. This is a artichoke and jalapeno dip and spread. Or you can make a hot buffalo dip yourself, or mash up some of these delicious avocados and make a guacamole. Or you could do all 3. You could have a whole bunch of dippers. That's what I like to call them. A whole bunch of dippers. And then provide some kind of sturdy vegetables for everyone to dip into them. It's kind of similar to number 1 where we were talking about the cheese ball. But in this case, providing guacamole, that's so fancy. And maybe some dippers like sturdy celery or sturdy cucumber slices. That can be a fun way to, or even zucchini. That can be a fun way for everybody to get their veggies in and to fill up before a big holiday meal, or in addition. So what do you guys think? One thing that I like about providing those veggies with any of these snacks that I'm bringing up today, these appetizers, is I feel like it's a great opportunity as well when you're prepping it to eat before you go. And that's a tip of mine I like to share before I go to parties or have a party. I always like to eat a bunch of filler. That way I don't get to the party and I'm all starving to death and make bad choices. So I always make sure that I have some healthy choices on hand for myself and at the party, and make it easy on myself, right? I might cut some corners and buy cheese already cut up or pepperoni already cut up, or some of these things, like if I don't feel like dealing with artichokes that day, I might buy a jar already in oil of the artichoke hearts. So I try to cut corners but have these things on hand. That way when the event happens, I have them on hand. I can eat some of them beforehand so I feel satisfied. And then I get to the party and I can relax and have a good time. So what do we think? Do we get a gold star today? What gold star would you give to? Which one of these numbers, 1 through 12? Or you can just say the item that you think you might make for your next holiday event. I'd love to hear which one of these ideas was the one you plan to do, or your favorite, or your feedback. Because with the holidays coming up, we all need to have a good time and not be so stressed about the food. We want to have a good time and be with each other and be with our loved ones and our family and celebrate the actual holiday, as opposed to, being stressed the whole time about what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? Am I going to eat too much? And then not having fun. We want to have a good time. So keep in mind, you guys, getting into ketosis, losing weight, doesn't have to be complicated. It can be extra easy. It can be very simple. It can be fun and affordable, easy to do. And I am here to support you on this dirty, lazy keto journey. I'm here to support you every step of the way. It is doable for you. It's doable for me. I shared with you guys, I've lost 140 pounds. I've kept it off a decade. And I've helped so many people around the world do the same thing. And I know that you can do this. So can I coach you through it? I'll help you get started. I'll keep you motivated with the cookbooks, with the how-to guides. I will tell you stories and give you cheat sheets and weekly videos and support groups. I'm going to give you all of this to get you to your finished goal, to your goal, to help you on your journey. So I'm here to be your cheerleader. I'm here to support you guys. And I know you can do it. So I'm clapping for you, and feel free to stay tuned for the next video I'm going to link up, which I'll remind you is called, Is the Ketogenic Diet Bad for Your Health? Spoiler alert. So thanks for watching and listening, and give yourself A huge round of applause. Clapping, clapping, clapping. Clapping, clapping, clapping.